So we are going to learn a new data structure, okay, known as stack. So basically, a stack word is not the first time must be you are hearing. Okay, you must have heard this word in English like stack of books, a stack of clothes. Okay, so stack is nothing but some things that are put on top of each other. Okay, there's a piled up things. When you pile up things on top of each other, for example, in the slide, I've shown you a stack of books. Okay, one book is placed on top of another, and so on. So there are so many books, but you can only remove one book at a time. If you try to remove one book in the middle, maybe the entire stack may collapse. So the most easiest way to remove the books without having the stack collapsing is to start removing from the top. Okay, so first you will start removing this book that is right on top. Suppose you want to start removing them, okay, unstacking them, then you would start maybe with this book by removing it. It's the easiest to remove. Once this book has been removed, you go to the next book and so on. If you want to unstack them, you will unstack from the top. Okay, similarly, if you want to place, you got another book with you, you want to place it on the stack, you will not try to insert it at the bottom here, or you will not try to insert it in the middle. It's more difficult that way. Okay, maybe the entire stack will collapse. The easiest thing is to again insert the or keep the book right on top. Okay, so in a stack, removing a book or keeping a book is easier where at the top. You just need to remember this. Okay, in a stack is the easiest to insert or to remove from the top. Let's define what is a stack in terms of data structures. So a stack is a data structure of ordered items such that the items can be inserted and removed only at one end. And like I told you in this previous diagram, that one end is the top of the stack. So you can more easily remove and insert items from the top of the stack. So normally when we are writing a program or we are doing some diagrams, top of the stack will be written in short form like this. Okay, it's not needed that you need to write like this, but normally I write it like that. TOS stands for top of the stack. So a stack is a last in first out data structure. Okay, last in first out means the last element to be added is the first element to be removed. So for example, here when the stack was being built, this pile of books was being created, this book was added first, the blue book. Okay, followed by this book, this was the second, then this was the third, in fourth, fifth, and so on. Okay, so you were adding the books in this way, and that's how the stack got created. Okay, so this small book on top was the 10th book to be added to the stack. Okay, this book here, the book on top. But when you start removing, the last book that was added, which is the last book, this one, last book that was added, last in, is the first book to be removed. So therefore the stack is known as a last in. Okay, LI stands for last in. This book was the last to be inserted in the stack or to be kept on the stack, but is the first one to be out of the stack. If I am going to remove this book, the 10th book will be the first one to be removed. Okay, similarly the next book that will be removed will be this one. Now this will be the new, if I have already removed this book. Okay, so this, the 9th book will be the new top of the stack. It will be the topmost book now. So if I am going to remove the next time, the second time I am going to remove a book, then the 9th book will be removed. Okay, so again In that order we are going to remove. So the books that was inserted last will be getting removed first. So therefore your stack is also known as a last in first out data structure. Okay, last element to be inserted is the first element to be removed. Are you getting what I'm telling? If you don't understand, you can always write in the chat your doubt. I will answer it later. So a stack is a data structure of ordered items such that items can be inserted and removed only at one end, okay, called the top of the stack. And a stack is a last in first out data structure. So what are the operations that are possible on a stack? Okay, two operations are possible on a stack. One operation is known as the push operation. Okay, push operation means you are going to insert items into the stack. And the second operation that you can perform is known as pop operation. Pop operation means you are going to remove items from the stack. So only two operations mostly are the main operations: push and pop. Push means insert items into the stack or place the items on the stack, and pop means remove the items from the stack. Okay, so I'll show you with an example how items can be pushed on the stack. Okay, so assume that you're having a stack. Okay, so when you're implementing a stack, stacks can be implemented in two ways. Okay, one is using arrays and one is using linked list. So here in this example that I'm showing you, we are implementing stacks using arrays. So normally when you have learned in C programming, you must have learned that array diagram was drawn like this. Okay, you were having an array that was drawn like this, always starting from index 0. Then whatever is the size of the array that was here, so something like this you have learned. Okay, so this same array is same array, only I have made it vertical. So you had learned maybe in horizontal manner. To stack, whenever we are implementing a stack, we draw it in a vertical way. Okay, but it's the array only. Okay, and functions in the same way like the way you have studied in C. Okay, only the diagram position, the orientation of it is different. Instead of horizontal, it is vertical. Okay, so initially we are not going to call it an array. Although it's an array, we are not going to call it an array. We are going to call it as a stack. Okay, so initially your stack is empty. There's nothing in the stack, as you can see here in the diagram. Okay, so now one by one we are going to assume that this stack, this array is a integer array or integer stack. It can contain only integer values. Okay, so we are going to push or we are going to insert only integer values. So one by one I'll show you how to insert the elements into the stack. So there will be a pointer known as a top of the stack. Okay, some variable it is. You can give any variable name. I'll be calling it as top of the stack, TOS. Okay, so initially the value of TOS will be equal to -1. Okay, so when stack is empty, the value of top of the stack will be equal to -1. Then I'm going to insert my first element. So the first element that I'm inserting is 76. So when I insert 76, what I will do is I will increment this variable top of the stack by 1. Before I insert, what I will do, I will insert the top of the stack by 1. So it was already having a value as -1. So I'm incrementing it. Incrementing it means you are adding +1. Okay. So -1 plus 1, value of top of the stack is 0. So that means top of the stack now is present at this index 0. Okay, value of the top of the stack is 0. That means top of the stack is now where? At index 0. So what I will do, I want to insert 76 here. So when I'm writing the program, actually I will be writing something like this: push. Okay, so this will be an array, so it will be square brackets, top of the stack square brackets like this equal to what value I want to store there? 76. Okay, I'm just showing you. So what will happen? Top of the stack, what is the value? 0. Okay, so this value will be replaced with 0. Clear? So 76 will be stored in this array. Okay, in this array, whatever the name of the array. Right now I'm calling the array as push only. Okay, whatever is the name of the array, actually will be specifying here. If the array name is A, then you're going to not write push, you're going to write A actually. Okay, so in A of 0, that is here, you're going to push this value 76. So that is how it works. Okay, so this, when we are doing the program, this part I will be showing you. So just, if you can note it down in your book, it's good. If you don't want to note it down also, again we will be doing it in the program. Okay. So when I do a push, top of the stack is incremented by 1. So -1 plus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, top of the stack is here now at index 0. Okay. And wherever top of the stack is present, there the data will be inserted. So therefore 76 gets inserted here. So a push operation consists of 2 steps. Okay, push operation consists of 2 sub steps. The first, in the first sub step, you will increment the value of top of the stack. You will increment the top of the stack by 1, only by 1. And you will increment it by 1 at a time. And after you have incremented, wherever top of the stack is pointing, there you will store or you will insert the data. Whatever is your data, you will be inserting there. So push consists of 2 steps. First, increment top of the stack by 1, and then second step, insert the data at that place where top of the stack is present. Okay, so that is how 76 comes at this index 0. In the next step, again we'll try to push. Now we are trying to push the value as 541. Okay, another integer value. So again you do the first step. The first step is increment top of the stack. What is the value of top of the stack? 0. Okay, increment it by 1. So when you increment it by 1, what will be the new value of the top of the stack? 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So now top of the stack is present at 1. Okay, so at that place you put the value 541, the data. So therefore 541 is inserted at index, array index 1. Okay, next, again you try to push. So increment the top of the stack. So again you add, what is the present value of top of the stack? 1. So 1 plus 1, top of the stack is 2. So at that place you insert the new value that you want to store. So you're going to store 44 here at 2. Again you try to push, increment top of the stack. So 2 plus 1, 3. Insert your data at that place now. So you're going to insert 1 at array index 3. Similarly, again if you try to push, increment top of the stack, 3 plus 1, 4. Okay, insert your data there. So 80 will be inserted at index 4. So now as you can see, your array or your stack is full. Okay, I can insert how many data in this array? The array size is 5. Okay, we are having only 5 data items that can be stored here. So because the size of the array is 5. So this is how the push operation works. Okay, the push operation is used to insert the data into a stack. So push operation consists of 2 steps. First is incrementing the top of the stack value. The second step is inserting the data at the top of the stack. Now there's one problem with this. Okay. Now as you can see here, we are already having 5 data values. Okay. Your stack is full and I still want to store some data. Okay. It should not allow me. Your program should not allow me. Okay. So your program should give some error. It should say if you try to insert when the stack is full, as you can see here in this diagram, as of now your stack is full. Okay, if I try to insert more items into this stack now, I should get one error message saying that stack is full. Okay, so that is what, when your stack is full and you still try to insert some data, then that condition is known as a stack overflow condition. Okay, so what is stack overflow? When you're trying to push some data, okay, in this case you can see I was trying to push this data 9099. When I try to push this data onto a stack and the stack is full, then that condition is known as a stack overflow condition. Okay. The second operation that we can perform on a stack is the pop operation. So using pop operation, you can remove the items from the stack. You can remove the items from the stack which are on the top of the stack. Okay. So only items that are on the top of the stack can be removed. So we are going to use the pop operation for removing the items from the top of the stack. So again, pop of the stack has 2 steps. Okay. So in the first step, you are going to remove the data. Okay, remove the data present at the top of the stack. And in the second step, you are going to decrement the top of the stack. So I will again repeat. Pop operation consists of 2 steps. First one, remove the data. Okay, remove the data which is present where top of the stack is there, and in the second step you will decrement the top of the stack. So what do you mean by that? So initially I've taken your, after your push operation from your previous slide, this was your stack. Okay, this was the state of your stack. 80 was right on top. Okay, how we know 80 is right on top? Because top of the stack is present there at this index 4. So when we are going to do pop, we are going to delete the item which is present at the top of the stack. Okay, when you go to this step here and you say pop. Okay, so what you will do, you will remove the item that was present here 80. Okay, and then you will decrement the top of the stack. So value of top of the stack was 4. So when you decrement, you will decrement it by 1. So you will decrement it by 1 means you will do -1. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So therefore top of the stack will now come to this index 3. Again when you say pop, what you will do? You delete this value which is present at what? Top of the stack. Okay, so 1 gets deleted and you will decrement this top of the stack. So 3 minus 1, value will become 2. Top of the stack will be there at 2. Again if you say pop, what will happen? You will delete this item 44. Okay, see 44 is gone. You will remove it. Okay, and decrement top of the stack. So 2 minus 1, the top of the stack will be 1. Again if you say pop, you will delete 541. Why deleting 541? Your top of the stack is present there. And then second step, will decrement the top of the stack. So when you decrement top of the stack, it will come to 0. Okay, to 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now again if you say pop of the stack, if you say pop, okay, if you say pop, what will happen? Then 76 will get deleted and value of top of the stack will become equal to -1. 0 minus 1 will be equal to minus 1. Okay. So when a stack is empty, the value of top of the stack will be equal to minus 1. Okay. So when your stack is empty, your value of the top of the stack will be equal to minus 1. Okay. So this is how your pop operation works. Pop operation will delete the data item pointed by the variable top of the stack. Okay. So remember, this is an array now. So in this diagram, I'm showing you that this item is getting removed. Okay. Here you can see when I say pop, for you to understand, I'm removing this item from this diagram. But in the array, actually, this 80 will not get deleted. 80 will remain there unless you do some programming. Okay. Unless you do some programming, this 80 will remain there. Okay. So what will happen? Only this top of the stack will get decremented. Okay. So unless you do some programming, this 80 will remain. So we will not consider this as part of the stack. Okay. This will not be considered part of the stack. We'll be considering the stack only from the index 0 till top of the stack. So top of the stack is present at index 3. So only this much portion will be considered as stack. Even when you do this again pop here, this value also will not get deleted unless you do some programming. Okay. So we will come to that when we are doing the program. So what happens when you try to pop an item from the stack when the stack is empty? So now if the stack is empty, as you can see here, and I still try to perform a pop operation, then what will happen? It will cause one condition known as stack underflow. Stack underflow means what? We are trying to delete an item from a stack and the stack is empty. So that condition is known as a stack underflow. Okay. So when you are writing a program, we need to check for these two conditions: stack overflow and stack underflow. So like I told you previously, there are two ways of implementing a stack. One is using an array. Second is using a linked list. These are some of the applications of stacks. Program execution, then you can pass some expressions, you can evaluate postfix expressions. Okay. Now this application we will be doing later in our syllabus. Okay. These other applications you may be learning in higher subjects. So they are going to make use of the property of stacks. What is the property of stacks? Last in, first out. Okay. So whichever applications require this property of last in, first out, those applications will be using this data structure known as stacks. So for example, one application that we can try now without a program, we can just try is to reverse a word. Okay, we can use stacks to reverse a word. Okay, so how you will do it? Okay, this is the way you're going to do it. So first, what you're going to do? You're going to read each letter in the word. Okay, you're going to read each letter in the word, and as you reach each individual alphabet, okay, that is each letter, you're going to push that each letter onto the stack. And once you're finished reading the entire word and you've pushed each letter onto the stack, okay, you start popping the letters from the stack. And as you pop the letters from the stack, you display them or print them out. Okay, so as you display them, you will automatically get the reverse of the word. Okay, so this is a simple application of a stack. Let's do that and see, okay, how you can reverse a word. Okay, so consider this as a stack. Okay, consider that the size of the stack is 5. Okay, we are having initially the top of the stack equal to -1. Okay. So initially, this is what is the case. So assume that we are having the word. You can take any word. Okay. Let's take one simple word. Okay. Let's just take the word as 4. Okay. You can take any word. Okay. I'll just write it in separate cells. So say we are taking this word 4. Okay. So we start as we are entering from the keyboard. Okay. Now you have to write the logic for it. I'm just telling you how we are going to do it in the diagram now. Okay. So as you are entering the keyboard, the first letter that you're going to enter is F. So what we are going to do, as soon as we get the letter F, okay, in my program, I'm going to write a logic that top of the stack has to be, I'm going to push this F. Okay. I'm going to push this F onto the stack. This is my stack now. Okay. So when I'm pushing the stack, the steps for push, I told you already previously, I'll just write it down. So the first step is increment the top of the stack. And second, insert the data. Okay. So this is a good example to show you that stack need not be only for integers. Okay. Stack could be used for any kind of data. So this is my 2 steps for push. First is increment the top of the stack. Second is insert the data. So let's do, I'm reading this first alphabet F, okay, from the keyboard. So what I will do, I will increment the top of the stack. So top of the stack will be at this position here. Okay, at position 0. -1 + 1 is equal to 0. And the second step, you will insert the data wherever, top of the stack is present. At what index? Top of the stack is present at index 0. So you will insert F here. Okay. Next letter that you're going to read is O. Okay. So what you will do? Again, increment of the stack. It will become equal to 1. Then second step, insert the data at top of the stack. So O will be inserted here. Okay. Next letter you're going to read is U. Increment of the stack. Insert U there. Okay. Next letter that you're going to read is R. So increment top of the stack. Insert R there. Okay. That's it. You're done with entering the word. Okay. So your top of the stack now is this letter R. Okay. The letter R. Top of the stack is present here at index 3. Okay. Now we are going to implement pop. To get the reverse, we will implement pop. So when you're doing pop, what we will do? First, delete the data, and display. When you are deleting the data, you will simultaneously also display it on the screen. And then what you will do? Decrement top of the stack. Okay, decrement top of the stack. So now let's start from here. So delete the data at top of the stack, it should be. Okay. So now once you have inserted the word onto the stack, okay, to get the reverse, what we are going to do? Start popping it and displaying it. So I start deleting the data at the top of the stack. So top of the stack is present at index 3. I delete this, okay, R, and I display it. The R will be displayed here. Okay, so I delete the data at the top of the stack. Second, decrement this. So I decrement this. So it will become from 3, it will become 2. Okay. Again, I will do pop operation. When I do pop operation, U will be deleted and you display it. So after you delete the data, decrement top of the stack. Okay. So again, pop. So when you are popping, pop O. O is present at top of the stack. Okay. So remove this and display. Simultaneously you are displaying. Okay. Second step of that, decrement top of the stack. Then again pop. So when you pop, you will pop now F. F is present at top of the stack. Okay. After popping, you decrement. So when you decrement this, now top of the stack will be equal to -1. Okay. So this is the reverse. RUOF is the reverse of this word 4. So this is how you could have used stacks to reverse a word. Okay. Like that you can take any word, okay, and reverse it. So when you are inserting, you have to push the data onto the stack, the word one by one letter at a time. And when you want the reverse, just pop from the stack. All the letters from the stack have to be popped till the stack becomes empty. That's the reverse of the word that you had stored on the stack. Okay. So this is one simple application of a stack.